And welcome everybody to the first ever video broadcast of Yankees and Gravy. Season's kind of upon us. Pitchers and catchers reported to camp last Monday. Some position players as well. You know what that means. This is kind of just the beginning of a series and chain of events that lead us right into summer, which we love. Really haven't had much of a winter to speak of, though, I will say that. It's been pretty mild in the northeast region of the country, at least. Let's get right into it. Pineda, let's talk about him, the biggest off-season acquisition that we're talking about. Little out of shape, they're saying he's about 10 pounds overweight. Now, that's a little concerning, considering who we traded him for. Jesus Montero, I'm telling you right now, is going to be a beast. I'm going to keep saying it. You're going to see him every single year. He's going to put up big numbers, 40 home runs, 120, 130 RBIs. He's going to do that year in and year out, and we're going to have to live with that for the next 15 years. Now, that's going to be easier to live with if we have a guy who's going to win 18 to 22 games every year for the next 10 years or so in Pineda. Just scary, you know, these pitchers, their head cases, they could blow their arms out. It's much more mental, it seems, with pitching as you see in an A.J. Burnett type of a situation. But either way, 10 pounds overweight. And a guy that big, you don't freak out because he's got a huge frame. But it's just, you know, if you're excited about coming to the New York Yankees and you're looking forward to the good times ahead and you want to impress the management, your teammates, and the fans, ideally, you're not going to come into camp 10 pounds overweight. But again, we'll see how it works out. Hopefully him and CC are a positive effect on each other and they kind of like motivate each other to work out, to not necessarily slob out and be fat asses all the time, rather than, you know, basically being a negative influence on each other. But we'll see what happens as that plays out. You don't freak out. I'm sure this guy's going to be good, and very happy to have Pineda in camp and very happy to have him as a Yankee. Mariano Rivera basically told the world he was retiring without telling the world he's retiring. You feel bad because, you know, he just wanted to get it out there that I just want to come to camp, I want to pitch, I know what I'm going to do, I've made my decision, and I'll let you know when the time is right. New York media being what they are and the Yankee aggressive beat writers kept asking those questions, and Mo, unfortunately, kind of got played a little bit, to be honest with you, you know. He said, I made my decision, and I'll let you guys know when the time is right for me to tell you. And they just kept asking questions. Mo kind of played his hand. The most telling one was when they asked him, is there a chance you would reverse this decision? And he was emphatic in saying, no, I will not reverse this decision. I don't care how much money they pay me. I don't care how good I pitch this year. I'm not reversing this decision. I mean, unless he's just way ahead of the game and double playing us, he's pretty much announced that he's retiring, and I think that's the right move. I think it's time to go out on top. I don't think he's got nothing more to accomplish. 5 World Series rings, all-time leader in saves. There's nobody even close to being looking like they're going to catch him in saves. I think he's at the best postseason run average, most postseason saves as well. This guy has done it all. I don't want to see Mo fizzle out. I don't want to see Mo start getting batted around and banged around by the Detroit Tigers, who are newly beefed up, and the Angels and stuff like that. Let's do one more year. Let's go after the title this year. Let's make it happen. Let's get him one more ring, and let's get him out of here. Thank you for everything, Mo. You're a legend. You're an example. You're just a role model in every sense of the word. Mariano Rivera, one of the best players in the game, in the history of the game, and a true class act. Let's talk about the DH situation. It looks like we're going to go with a platoon situation of Ibanez and Andrew Jones. Fine with the Andrew Jones part. I'm also fine with the Ibanez part, but what's the point? We had Jorge Posada. I mean, if you're talking about, Ibanez, what does he got? He's got a 20 home run capability, 80 RBI capability. He's 40 years old. His on-base percentage sucks. And we don't know anything about him. We brought him in, and I know we only paid him $1 million a year, but we had Jorge. You know what I mean? Like, why not keep Jorge? Why not try to why not go with the one you got rather than bring in something that you don't really know much about? I know money and contract stuff could play into it, but if you're Jorge Posada, you got to be sitting at home scratching your head, wondering, you know, is this what I got replaced with? I mean, a 40-year-old guy. I mean, I would have rather seen Damon come in. But either way, whatever. We'll see what happens. Let's hope for the best. I'm not going to be negative Nancy over here. Let's see how Ibanez does, and I'll definitely be rooting for him. So the rotation looks like it's a lot better. We definitely I think we're looking at like 6 guys right now that could all start. Well, actually, no. I think we're down to 5 actually with getting rid of Burnett. So we look good. I mean, there's definitely question marks. You don't necessarily know if Nova's gonna follow up the year that he had. You also don't necessarily know if Pineda's gonna, I guess, improve at the level, because he does need to improve. Showed great signs, showed great promise, and great potential, but. Like somebody said, all potential means is you ain't done nothing yet. So hopefully we'll see how that goes. Nova should look good, and I'm just happy to have AJ out of here. It's so weird. I talked to some Pittsburgh people, and they're happy. They're pumped about having AJ Burnett. No offense, guys. I mean, whatever. Who knows? Maybe it'll work out because it's going to be a less pressurized atmosphere for him. But it's the Pittsburgh Pirates. I mean, if you're, it's 18 losing seasons in a row, matched up with the worst ERA in the history of the Yankees. It sounds like a match made in heaven, to be honest with you, but I am always rooting for the Pirates, and I do hope that they are able to put something together. And AJ, besides his issues with Jorge, who I love Jorge, I'm a Jorge guy, but besides his issues with Jorge, I got no ill will towards him. He didn't have it. He couldn't get it done, and that's it. So good luck to him. Good luck to the Pirates. Doesn't sound good, but hopefully it works out and you can make something out of nothing over there in Pittsburgh. In that regard, a lot of the teammates on the Yankees did like AJ personally, and they respected him. They respected him as a person, and he does have an overall decent body of work aside the last couple of years with the Yanks. But in, I guess, homage to him, they want to keep the pies in the face at the end of walk-off games tradition going, and it looks like Girardi has tapped Nick Swisher to do that, and Swisher seems very, very excited to be that guy. So it makes sense. Swisher is kind of like the court jester in that clubhouse. Russell Martin has not signed a new contract yet. He remains with that original 1-year deal that was signed last year. Remember last year Cashman offered him a 3-year deal. He declined and wanted to go with the 1 year. I think it was $6.9 million. I guess really because I would say probably because it's limbo. The definite Yankee catcher of the future is Romine, so that might have something to do with Martin not wanting to commit to 3 years and end up being on the bench in the last half of that contract or whatever. But he remains under the 1-year contract, and Cashman said he'd be willing to negotiate, and he wants to negotiate. He said he hasn't heard from the Russell Martin camp. So here we are. We are back. It is right now February 26th. Baseball is back in play. I couldn't be more excited. Looking forward to a great, great Yankee season. Hopefully everybody has a good week. And if you don't, just remember this. It could be worse. You could be a Red Sox fan. So we'll talk to you guys soon. Thanks again.